Guys, I just came to this bank, to this PNC bank, to deposit all my cash I have, all my tip money, and I was gonna do the drive-thru that I usually do, and it was all the drive-thru things were closed. And so I went inside and I was like, I just have a bunch of cash to deposit. And he was like, oh, we actually don't carry cash, like we don't do cash at this bank. Then what do you do?
Honestly, not sure either, but here's a few things that might help. While they do hold some cash on hand, most banks don't have enough cash to suffice everyone's account balance all at once. If every account holder of the bank went to the bank right now and wanted all of their money, they couldn't get it, at least not in cash. Not at that exact time. Because of what banks actually do with your money once they get it. You walk into the bank and you say, hey, I want to deposit this $1,000 check. The bank says, okay, we'll take that $1,000 check. The bank deposits that $1,000 check, but what they actually do is take that money and lend it out. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars, but not hundreds of thousands of people are taking all their money out. How banks make money, they take all that money and lend it out to people who are trying to buy a house, invest, pretty much anything. If you went to the bank and said, hey, I want my $1,000 back, banks would actually have no money to do anything with. They'd go out of business. I know this because it kind of already happened. Market crash of 1928, everybody went to the bank to go get their money. Literally closed down because they had no capital. In response to that, back in the 30s, the US government created the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Basically just means that the federal government will back up to $250,000 of your money in the bank. Basically, if your bank closes and leaves you with nothing, the federal government will cover the expense. So back to the story. I searched for a while on this, but only found one source on the whole topic. Around 2019, PNC Bank actually opened up around 26 cashless banks. This allowed PNC to consolidate a lot of its branches, which makes it switch to a more online model. If PNC Bank actually switches to a fully online model, then they'll save a ton of money because they won't have to pay for a building or pay for employees to fill it. They won't take your money because they don't have any money. The actual physical money that they have on hand, the more they can actually lend out to other people. It makes it much harder for you to actually withdraw your money from PNC Bank. Once it stay high at the bank, that means PNC has more money to lend, which means more profits for them. All money is pretty much insured by the US government anyway, and the Federal Reserve can just print as much as they want. There's no reason for banks to keep money or take yours.